Yes, let's start with the session. Excuse me, sir, give me the permission to share the screen. Sir?
Just a moment, okay?
Yes, sir. Okay, let's start with the session. So what we're going to discuss today is the questions of KVPY, but more specifically for biology. How we'll proceed with the session. Firstly, you'll get 20 seconds for each question to answer, okay? And after 20 seconds, approximately, okay, we're going to discuss the answer. So let's see how we score. Let's come to first questions, people. Here's the first question. Match the columns and find the correct combination. Grana of chloroplast, stroma of chloroplast, cytoplasm, mitochondrial matrix. And the options are Krebs cycle, light reaction, dark reaction, glycolysis. Yes. Okay, the answers have already come. Your 20 seconds have started, people. Let's start. Let's see who gets the correct answer. Okay. Somajit and Sayamte has been fast in answering. Let's see what others have to say for the answer. Okay, so there's a question of B and C, which is coming, B and C. Okay, let's see who, we'll wait for another. Okay, again a B, which is there. Let's discuss it, and C as well. Okay, let's start. Now, when we think about the grana and the chloroplast and the stroma of chloroplast, let's see the chloroplast. Okay, when we see the chloroplast, okay, this is the chloroplast. What does it have? It has this fluid which is called as a stroma, and it has the grana or the granum, okay, which is having a stack of thylakoids. Matlab kya hai? Matlab, what is this thylakoid? What is this granum? What is this stroma? Simple. The fluid which is filled is called as the stroma, while granum, always remember, it is like the stack of books which are there, or the stack of coins which are there. Okay, that is the grana. And one book or one coin, if you take one book and one coin, if you pick up from them, that becomes the thylakoid. So this one is the thylakoid. Now, okay, chalo. Now we have understood what are the parts of it. Okay, now in photosynthesis or in chloroplast, there are two reactions which take place. One is the light reaction and the other one is a dark reaction. Okay, light reaction क्यों बोलते हैं people? Why do we say it is as a light reaction? Why light reaction? What does it do? What does a light reaction do?
It takes place in the presence of light.
It takes place in the presence of light. Absolutely right. Yes, light is involved. It is going to trap the light. It is going to trap the light. Okay, but why is it going to trap the light? Why is it going to trap the light? क्या जरूरत है? नहीं करेगा तो नहीं चलेगा.
To carry out the cycle.
Okay, to carry out the cycle. Okay, but can we be more specific? Why? Why is the light reaction done? ऐसे ही people?
Conversion of certain things, substances.
Okay, I'll give you a very nice hint. People, I have a car. Okay, I have a car. But can I run the car on its own? मेरे पास तो कार है, मैं चला सकती हूँ. जब तक उसके अंदर पेट्रोल ना डालूं तो चलेगा कार? People, will the
No.
car run? No,
No, ma'am.
exactly people. वैसे ही light reaction क्यों करते हैं?
fuel.
Yes, it will act as a fuel, it will act as a petrol. गाड़ी चलने के लिए ATP and NADPH बनेगा, and this ATP and NADPH will use in the dark reaction. So, okay, we have got a clue from here that this grana or this stroma is basically used for what? This grana, light reaction का हो रहा है, picture बता रहा है. People, where is the light reaction done?
Grano.
Grana. Yes, it is done in the grana or Somjit, be more specific. Chloroplast, yes. Where in the chloroplast? In the grana or in the stroma? Okay. So yes, it is basically in the grana, and the dark reaction is done in basically the stroma. Okay, chalo, let's come behind to the two blanks. So grana, which should I match it with, people? With light reaction or dark reaction?
Light.
Okay, yes, the light reaction. And stroma?
Dark reaction.
Dark reaction. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Okay, chalo, one more thing. Now the two things left is cytoplasm and mitochondrial matrix. People, अभी दिवाली में सबने स्वीट्स तो खाए होंगे, एनर्जी तो बन रही है, abundant एनर्जी बन रही है, बट एनर्जी कहाँ बन रही है वो पता होगा आज. Where is the energy being formed? In which organelle is the energy being formed, people?
Mitochondria.
Mitochondria, and that is why mitochondria is called as what?
Crep.
Crep. Yes, is mitochondria called as crep?
No, energy house of the cell.
Energy house of the cell, of the powerhouse of the cell. Okay, so itna Diwali ka sweets khaye ho, that energy is being formed in the mitochondria. Okay, now basically what is the mitochondria going to have? It is going to have this fluid or matrix which is there. Okay, and the wall, the inner wall, more specifically called as the cristae. ये हमारे बस, this is very important. ये हमें ध्यान में रखना ही है. Why? Now ग्लाइकोलिसिस, जो भी ग्लूकोज हमने जितना भी स्वीट खाया है, ओके, जितना भी स्वीट खाया है, जितना भी ग्लूकोज हुआ है, that is being broken down into the first molecule, that is pyruvate. So what is glycolysis? One molecule glucose, two molecule pyruvate. One molecule glucose, two molecule pyruvate. This is done in the cytoplasm of the cell. मतलब सब साइटोप्लाज्म ऑफ द सेल में ये होना ही है. नाउ दिस पाइरुवेट आगे जाके इट इज एंटरिंग इन द माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया, क्योंकि उसको तो एनर्जी बनानी है, बहुत सारे काम करने हैं, राइट? सो वंस इट इज एंटर्ड इनसाइड द सेल, it forms another cycle called as a Krebs cycle. In the Krebs cycle, okay, here this Krebs cycle, where does it take place? It takes place in the matrix. This takes place in the matrix. मतलब यहाँ पे हो रहा है हमारा Krebs cycle. And what is the product of Krebs cycle? What is the product of Krebs cycle?
ATP, energy.
Energy, yes, ATP तो बनना ही है, but उसके साथ क्या बनता है? Yes, along with it, what else is being formed? जब हम ग्लूकोज खाते हैं, ब्रेक डाउन होता है, ATP बनता है, yes definitely, but हम प्लांट्स को क्या दे रहे हैं उसके बदले में? NADPH. एनर्जी दे रहे हैं. यस सोमजीत, एब्सोल्युटली राइट आंसर. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड दे रहे हैं. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड दे रहे हैं हम लोग. We are giving them carbon dioxide, okay, and ultimately it is going in the electron transport chain where final energy is being formed. Okay, coming back. Okay, so cytoplasm, which I should match it with? Cytoplasm Krebs cycle or glycolysis? Yes, people. Cytoplasm.
Glycolysis.
Glycolysis, the first step. Okay, and mitochondrial matrix with Krebs cycle. Okay, excellent. Okay, now what is the right answer then for this one? If this is matching, option C. Yes, absolutely right, people. Absolutely right. C is the right answer. Did you all understand this question? Should we move ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Chalo.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, with this, there's one more question. Along with it, we are going to do a lot of questions side by side. Some days before, do ही दिन पहले, let's see whose memory is so fast and so good. Okay, let's see this. Now, what is the storage food which is being present in the plants? Storage food present in the plants? Okay, let's see. There's an answer in the chat section. Somajit, absolutely right. This question was being covered, and yes, the answer is starch, people. Starch. And what is in humans? What is the storage food in humans, people? Humans? Okay, yes, again, Somajit. Kudos, I must see. It is glycogen. It is glycogen. 2 दिन पहले बताया हुआ cheese. It has been eroded. It is totally eroded. Please write down, make a notes along as we go ahead. Now, this one is a very interesting question. बहुत ही अच्छा question है. Okay. Identify the products A, B, C, and D and find out the correct option. Glucose undergoes glycolysis to form a product A. This product A then goes to Krebs cycle and forms a product B and goes to fermentation process to form in bacteria a product C and in yeast form a product D. Identify A, B, C, D. Your time has started, people. Your time has started. Have just covered about it. We have just covered. Let's see. Okay. Yes.
Ma'am, option D.
Option D. Okay, so majority of votes go for option D. Yes, there is a maximum vote for option D. Lock kiya jaye option D, people.
Yes, ma'am.
Q people. Why option D? Can anyone come ahead and answer for this? Why option D? Yes, anyone? Why option D?
Ma'am, I know that. Ma'am, according to me, I know glycolysis forms pyruvic acid and ethyl alcohol and CO2. So I have D option in the same way as I thought.
Okay. Very good trick, I must say. अभी हमने पढ़ा है glucose undergoes glycolysis to form a product A. 1 molecule glucose, 2 molecule pyruvate or pyruvic acid. तो ये तो है definitely A is pyruvic acid. अभी confirm हो गया, lock हो गया है. So there are 3 such options which are basically of pyruvic acid. Okay. Now there is one interesting question. Let's see who answers this. This pyruvic acid जो है ना या pyruvate for this matter is going Krebs cycle and fermentation. कब जाएगा वो Krebs cycle में? कब जाएगा वो fermentation में? When will it go? When it will go for Krebs cycle? When it will go for fermentation? क्या उसको चाहिए Krebs cycle में जाने के लिए? क्या उसको चाहिए fermentation में जाने के लिए? Yes. The two types. I'll give you a hint, chalo people. I am very good teacher. I'll give you a hint. The hint is the 2 types of respiration. If you know the 2 types of respiration, definitely you will get a clue. Why will it
complete and complete? Aerobic and anaerobic respiration. So.
Okay, it is aerobic and anaerobic. Yes, aerobic and anaerobic. So Krebs cycle में what is it, aerobic or anaerobic, people?
Aerobic.
Aerobic.
Aerobic, ma'am.
Why aerobic? Why aerobic? What is it using that it is making it aerobic? SAE?
I'm in the presence of oxygen.
Absolutely right. Kudos, I must say. It is going to take place in the presence of oxygen. Okay, it is going to take place in the presence of oxygen. That is why aerobic. Okay, Krebs cycle का अभी ही पढ़ा हमने. Krebs cycle is basically forming what, people?
CO2 and H2.
Yes, it is going to form CO2 and H2O. See your presence. Okay, yes. So we have 2 options, which is the same one. B, which is CO2 and H2O for D1 and the A1. Okay, yes. So yes, and one more trick which I can give you. अगर नहीं पता है Krebs cycle क्या बनाता है, if you don't know this one, again a hint. हमें मालूम है electron transport chain जो होता है ETC, which is there, where complete oxidation is going to take place and energy is going to be formed. वहां पे कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड वाटर का कुछ इतना लेना देना नहीं है. Okay, therefore Krebs cycle is basically for carbon dioxide and H2. Okay, we have cracked it. Fermentation, anaerobic bol rahe ho. Why anaerobic, people? Why anaerobic?
Absence of O2.
Ma'am, in the absence of oxygen, na?
Exactly right. Perfect. It is not going to use oxygen. Now, we know fermentation in bacteria, it is basically going to form a product. That is what? Is it lactic acid? It is lactic acid or it is ethyl alcohol. हमें मालूम है fermentation for yeast basically gives something called as ethyl alcohol, right? It gives ethyl alcohol. So you can see here glycolysis, pyruvate, and the entire cycle TCA or TCA cycle gives carbon dioxide and water. In pyruvic acid, in absence of oxygen, in bacteria, it is going to form lactic acid, and in yeast, it is going to form ethanol. Kabhi, for confusion, to make you confused, they will tell instead of bacteria, they'll get muscle cells. Now, when in muscle cells do they form lactic acid? ऐसे ही बनाते हैं people?
Anaerobic respiration.
But when?
Incomplete supply of oxygen.
Yes, incomplete oxygen supply. But when does it happen? Yes, Somajit, absolutely right. Good.
Strenuous exercise.
Whenever we are doing excess workout karte when there's lack of oxygen, that time lactic acid is being formed. Tabi. Okay. And ethanol, as we know, yes, fermentation basically gives out ethanol. Okay. So the option which is right and maximum vote mila tha, lock ho gaya tha option, that was D, which is absolutely right. Did you all understand this one? How the process of finding the answers as well? Are you understanding that at the same time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's move to the next question then. Okay, the sequential energy change in photosynthesis is light, electrical, chemical, B, electrical, chemical, C, chemical, electrical, D. Okay, very nice, good. So your timer has started and the answers is maximum votes are coming for D.
Option B, electrical to chemical.
Okay, there's one vote for electrical and chemical and the maximum votes are going for light to chemical. Okay. Okay, so there are two options. Can someone explain me what is photosynthesis? People, what is photosynthesis?
Ma'am, chemical to electrical. Sorry, light to electrical.
Chemical.
Option A.
Option D है मैम.
Option D भी आ रहा है, B भी आ रहा है, and A भी आ रहा है. People, I am asking you what is photosynthesis? I want to
process by which
means photosynthesis is a process in which leaves produce energy.
these produce the food for plants in the presence of sunlight, carbon dioxide,
and releases water.
Okay, absolutely right. It is basically a process of converting.
And ma'am, if light is there, means option B and C are wrong, and option will be A and D. Means
C.
A is
Now
correct option.
everyone understand photosynthesis. When we say the word photo matlab light. Photo means light, right people? Abhi B or C में तो light का नाम और निशान. B and C does not have light in it, so how can it be the answer? How can that be the answer?
Yes, ma'am. ये answer में ही नहीं हो सकता.
Exactly. So B and C is totally cut. We are going to cut this one. Okay. Now coming to the first one, light, electrical and chemical. Electrical का क्या हो रहा है उसमें? Plant बेचारा प्यारा सा plant है, उसमें electrical का क्या लेना देना है उसके अंदर? So the answer is.
तो मैम इसलिए option D है ना?
हाँ, इसके लिए option D. The answer is absolutely right. It is D. Light energy is chemical energy. Light energy is converted into chemical energy. There's nothing to do with electrical. We define also photosynthesis from a lower standard. The light photosynthesis is a process which basically transforms light energy into chemical energy. We are trapping the sunlight to form a chemical that is basically glucose. So this is what is photosynthesis. Okay, is the answer understood, people? Everyone? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Chalo, let's go to the next question, people. Yes, this one is very nice. Air is breathed through trachea, lungs, larynx, pharynx, alveoli, nose, larynx, pharynx, bronchus, alveoli, bronchioles.
Option C.
Option C. Okay, there are votes coming for option C. Let's start. Your timer has started, people. Let's wait for the 20 seconds. Yes, there are C answers coming from maximum of your. Let's see. 8 seconds remaining, people. Come on, come on.
Ma'am, option C.
Okay, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Option C.
Okay,
Option
lock
C,
किया जाए.
ma'am.
Yes,
C को
ma'am.
lock किया जाए. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Why not the A1, people? A वाला क्यों नहीं? हाँ, yes. Can anyone explain why A?
First nostrils come. Means
Exactly. First, हम अभी इतना common sense, I think so everyone will have. It basically starts with the nose, right? Or the nostrils or the nasal passage होना चाहिए था. पहले, okay, yes. Okay, absolutely right. It should be nose or the nasal passage. So you can see 3 options of this: nose, nostrils, and this. This is तो मतलब out of the box only. A वाला तो out of the box, वो तो हो ही नहीं सकता है. ट्रैकिया तो पहले नहीं आने वाला है. डी वाला नोज, माउथ एंड लंग्स, इतना फास्ट तो नहीं है, बहुत सारे पार्ट्स होते हैं. सो दिस वन इज नॉट द ऑप्शन. अभी कंफ्यूजन है सेकंड वाले में एंड बी एंड सी, राइट? मोर शॉर्ट. ओके, अभी आई डोंट नो हु कम्स फर्स्ट. इफ आई डोंट नो, सपोज फैरिंग्स आता है कि लैरिंग्स आता है पहले, आई डोंट नो दिस वन. ओके, बट आई नो आगे that basically bronchi, bronchioles and alveoli आता है. Everyone might be knowing this. Bronchi, bronchioles and alveoli. यहाँ पे तो it is bronchus, alveoli and bronchioles. तो ये option तो हट जाता है. And the right answer, जिसमें lock हो गया था question, and the answer that is C, which is absolutely right. Okay. Now let's see the diagram and have more questions related to it. Okay. That's what we are going to do. Okay. चलो nostril से start होता है. Then comes the pharynx and the larynx and then the trachea. Okay. Now, there's always a confusion. पहले pharynx आता है कि larynx आता है? होता है कि नहीं people? क्या आता है तुम लोग को? होता है कि नहीं confusion?
नहीं होता.
नहीं
Yes,
होता
ma'am.
है. होता है. तो the code word that you should remember is PLT. PLT. Always remember. PT खेलते हो? PT. So here it is PLT. Okay, it is PLT. So P is basically for pharynx, then you have larynx, and then you have trachea. Okay, okay. Now I can see something on the trachea. There is basically some rings which are there. What is this rings which is present on the trachea, people? What is the rings that is
and
present?
it help in
Huh? Yes.
If I look,
Yes. What are the rings that is present on the trachea? Yes, Somajit, absolutely right. Somajit says these are the rings of cartilage, right? The rings of cartilage. Let's do thoda sa insight of this, okay? Rings of cartilage, absolutely right. Rings of cartilage. Now, along with this, in this diagram, we are also going to do tissues. Now, cartilage is which type of a tissue, people? Cartilage is which type of a tissue?
Connective tissue.
Absolutely right. It is a connective tissue. Bravo, I must say. It is a connective tissue. Good. Okay. Yes, Hamza, absolutely right. It is the connective tissue. Now, one more thing. Now, this is basically the bronchi, bronchioles, and then we have the alveoli. Okay, I'll just draw the diagram of the alveoli. So we have a question there as well. This is the alveoli, okay, and surrounded with it is basically the capillaries, which is the tissue that is basically present on this alveoli, which is the tissue which is present on the alveoli. Yes. I can give you a hint, people. It is that type of tissue whose main function is exchange of substances. Exchange of substances. Tissue is a very important topic, people. Exchange of surfaces. It is that type of tissue. Yes. Okay, let's see. There's an answer in the chat section. Yes, absolutely right. We'll just wait. Does anyone know the answer? Does anyone know the answer? It is the squamous tissue. It is the squamous epithelial tissue. Squamous epithelial tissue. Squamous epithelial tissue. Okay. Whenever exchanging surfaces are going to be there, okay, the squamous epithelial tissue is going to be present there. Okay. Squamous epithelial tissue. Another example for this. In the small intestine, when there is absorption which is going to take place, okay, the absorption which is taking place of the nutrients, again the squamous epithelial tissue is going to be present. Now, one more question on tissues. Now, in this nasal passage, the entire passage which is there, okay, it is having a specialized tissue. I always say it is a modified tissue. Okay, which is that tissue? Yes, again an epithelial tissue. Chalo, another hint. Which is the tissue? Which is the tissue, people?
Columnar epithelial.
Yes, it is the columnar epithelial, but अभी मैंने 2 मिनट पहले ही hint दिया था. It is the modified वाला. It is the modified one. Columnar epithelial, you can take it as a hint. He has absolutely said the right answer, but it is a modified. Columnar के पहले भी कुछ तो है. Think about the nasal passage. Think about it, people. How is the nasal passage? Yes, absolutely right. Absolutely right. So, Majid, what is it producing? You are saying something it is producing. What? Yes. Okay, yes. It is going to have cilia. Yes, it is absolutely right. It is a ciliated or the pseudostratified is also the right answer for this. But more specifically, we say the ciliated one. Okay, ciliated columnar epithelial. Uske paas cilia hai, people. Cilia, hair-like projections which has been present. Okay, yes. So now, one more question. Now, on this only one more question. See, this is the windpipe which is there. Okay, which is the voice box? Voice box, people, voice box.
Larynx.
Larynx is called as a voice box. Absolutely right. Now, in this windpipe which is there, बाजू में ही food pipe होता है. But ऐसा नहीं होता है कि food is basically going in the windpipe and not going in the food pipe. ऐसा क्यों नहीं होता है? There is a flap which is being present. एक flap होता है. Due to which, yes, Somajit, absolutely right. Absolutely right. Does anyone know the answer? Yes. My name is Khan. Dekha hai, people? My name is Khan. Have you seen the movie? Have you watched the movie?
Hoy.
Huh? Yes.
Epiglottis.
Exactly. Very nice. He says, my name is Khan. It is from the epiglottis, people. Okay. Yes. So let's proceed ahead, people. So the right answer is this one. That is nostrils, then PLT, code word, and bronchi, bronchioles, and alveoli. Okay. Let's go ahead. Okay. Next question. Which of the following group of diseases is caused by viruses? Mumps, smallpox, herpes, influenza. B, AIDS, diabetes, herpes, tuberculosis, anthrax, cholera, tetanus, tuberculosis, cholera, tetanus, smallpox, and influenza. Time has started, people.
Option A.
Option A. Okay, there are 2 of them which says for option A. Let's see. Okay, there's some votes for option A. What does others say? Come on, 5 seconds remaining.
Option D.
Option D भी है. Okay, timer खत्म हो गया, people. Option D. Sami is saying option D also. Okay, yes. Let's see the answer. Option A. Lock किया जाए option A, people. या option D. Let's see which is the right answer for the majority.
Ma'am, option A.
Option A. Yes. Can anyone explain? बहुत flooded answer आ रहा है chat section में. Option A, option A, option A. What is the reason? Why option A, people? क्या clue मिला बाकी के option में जो आपको बोल रहा है कि option A answer right है?
मैम मम्स नहीं है ना उसमें.
Mums नहीं है.
हमें मम से एक ही पता है.
Okay, Somajit is giving us hint. Let's see what Somajit has to say. Okay, and others as well. He says cholera is a bacterial disease. तो अगर cholera bacterial disease है, मुझे cholera सोच के एक ही याद आता है, Vibrio cholerae, which is a bacteria. तो अगर ये बैक्टीरिया से होने वाला है तो सी वाला ऑप्शन तो है ही नहीं. ओके, नेक्स्ट वन. यहाँ पे भी कॉलेरा दिख रहा है, मुझे याद आता है विब्रियो कॉलेरी, तो ये भी ऑप्शन नहीं है. तो अभी बचा तो ए और बी. ए में कैसे होता है पीपल? हाँ आर्या, इट इज बेसिकली अ हार्मोनल इम्बैलेंस. यस, आर्या को ट्यूबरकुलोसिस याद होने के बाद शी सेज दैट इट इज बेसिकली माइकोबैक्टीरियम ट्यूबरकुले एंड दैट इज अ बैक्टीरिया. तो ये वाला ऑप्शन भी निकल जाता है पीपल. तो द राइट आंसर इज व्हिच वन? A. Are you understanding how you can analyze the answer? How you can come and approach to the answer? Hello, people. Okay, coming to all of this. Yes, mumps. Mumps is basically a viral disease which is there, okay, by the air mostly spread. Smallpox, again a viral disease. Herpes, we know. Influenza to famous hai. We know influenza is caused basically by a viral disease. And herpes simplex virus suna hoga. Okay, yes, AIDS. Let's see all of these categories. AIDS क्या होता है? Viral है, bacterial है, क्या है?
Viral.
Which is it? Which is the virus which causes AIDS?
HIV.
Absolutely right. Diabetes, we had already covered that it is a hormonal imbalance. By which?
Insulin.
Insulin. Herpes, we know it's viral. Tuberculosis, देखिए एक ही याद आता है, bacterial.
Bacteria.
Yes, it is a bacteria. What about anthrax? Anthrax क्या है? Anthrax, bacterial, viral, क्या है?
Bacterial.
Yes, it is a bacterial. Cholera, Vibrio cholerae पता है हमें. Tetanus का इंजेक्शन तो लेते हैं पर पता होना चाहिए क्या किसे. Yes, bacterial, viral क्या है? Tetanus. Yes, people, tetanus. Anyone?
Bacterial.
Yes. It is a bacterial. Very nice. And which is the bacteria? Does anyone know? Bacteria, which bacteria? Which is the bacteria? Clostridium tetani. Okay. So is this the question and the answer clear? Is the question and the answer clear for this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's proceed ahead. Okay. Yes. अभी बहुत सारे delicacies हमने taste किए हैं दिवाली में. Let's see which is the receptor which is actually present in the body which is telling you the taste. For taste, what type of receptors are there in our body? Is it the gustatory receptor, the tango receptor, the photoreceptor, or the olfactory receptor?
Ma'am, gustatory.
Okay.
Gustatory. A answer.
Okay, there are some votes for gustatory. There are some votes for B, that is tango receptor. Okay, any more? Your 20 seconds are going on. People, yes. Anyone would give a try for the answer? Okay, yes, there are votes for A again.
Ma'am, tango receptor is for touch sensation.
Yes, very nice. Good. Tango receptor is basically for touch. T for tango, T for touch. What is the other name for tango? अगर tango नहीं लिखा है तो? Which is the other receptor? Which is the other
Cutaneous.
receptor? Okay, yes, but there's another name which comes for tango receptor. If it is not the tango, it starts from another T only. It starts from a T. Does anyone know the name?
Thigmo.
Yes, very nice. Good. Absolutely good. It is thigmoreceptor. It is the thigmoreceptor, tango receptor, all meaning the same, that is touch. Okay. Photo abhi dekha. Photo matlab light.
Light.
Okay. Okay, coming to olfactory. Olfactory receptor.
Nose.
Smell.
Huh?
Smell.
Smell. So S and O. Okay. Smell and olfactory receptor. So which is the receptor which was functioning during the Diwali?
Gustatory.
Yes, it was the gustatory receptor. Absolutely right. Good. Okay, so the ones who said A, absolutely right. Kudos, people. Let's move ahead. Okay, let's see some clues. Okay, gustatory receptor will detect the taste. Olfactory receptor will detect the smell. Photo, light, he bol raha hai, light stimulus. Audio is basically for the sound. Thigmo, the tango receptor, is for the touch. Okay, so code words we could make S and O. So and GT. GT is so. Okay, G is gustatory and T is for the taste. So S smell, O is basically olfactory, and T connection. So we have seen thigmo ho, tango ho. It is touch. Okay. Yes, but why are the receptors required, people? Why are the receptors required? Receptors क्यों चाहिए? What is the need for the receptors?
Means, ma'am, if our body gets hurt or it is
Okay. Yes.
so that our body can recognize and we can take precautions.
Okay. Okay. For example, people, for example, if a strong beam of light is basically coming on you, what do? You look at the light very happily.
Closing our eyes.
You're closing the eyes. Why? Why, people?
It can harm our eyes and means we can
Okay. But
it
that
can affect.
small, that beam of light which was coming was basically acting as a stimulus. It is a stimulus, that is a change in the environment जो आपको you cannot tolerate it. That stimulus you cannot tolerate. Any change in the environment which you cannot tolerate, your receptors have basically taken the signal कि बहुत strong beam of light आ रही है, हमारे आँख से बर्दाश्त नहीं होंगी. और ये signal जाके किसको देगा? Who will it give the signal to?
Means brain.
Brain. Will it give it to the brain or the spinal cord?
Central nervous system.
Spinal cord.
First.
Spinal cord. Why spinal cord?
The message will then pass from the spinal cord to the muscles.
Spinal cord to the muscles. Okay, okay.
Jare.
Please unmute yourself. Yes, yes, Sami. Okay, yes. It will go to the spinal cord now because action बहुत जरूरी है, बहुत fast लेना है, reflex action चाहिए, बहुत फटाक से action चाहिए. Okay, yes, the nervous system has been involved definitely. And which is the functional unit of the nervous system? The functional unit of the nervous system?
Neuron.
Neuron. Yes, very nice. Good. Yes, it is a neuron. Okay, so is this question and the answer understood? The answer is a gustatory receptor. Okay, let's go to the next one. Yes, gymnosperms are flowering plants, seed-bearing plants, seedless flowering plants, fruit-bearing plants. Your 20 seconds have started. Yes. Let's see who gets the answer.
A.
A?
Yes.
Okay.
Ma'am, B.
Okay, A, B, C or D में से ही आंसर होगा definitely.
Seed bearing plants.
Okay, there's the answer. Okay, there are A, B, and C which is coming for the answer. Let's see who is right among them. We cannot lock any one of them because there's diverse answers which are coming. Okay.
Ma'am, B.
Okay, B is getting, yes, B is getting the maximum vote. Definitely B is getting the maximum vote. Can anyone explain? पहले तो gymnosperm is basically what? What is gymnosperm?
Female flower.
Female flower. Oh.
Angiosperm and
And closed ovaries.
Okay, closed ovaries. Yes. Okay. Can I say it is basically a part of a classification of plant, right? Naked seeds, yes, absolutely right. Naked seeds is what we define gymnosperm as. But we also define gymnosperm by another one, which is basically in the option. Yes. What is
seed-bearing plants?
Seed-bearing plants. Seed-bearing plants, yes. Is seed-bearing plants the right answer? Can we lock on the B one?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yes, and the answer is B, definitely. But let's do a lot of questions on this question which has come on plant classification. Okay.
फ्रूट बेरिंग तो एंजियोस्पर्म होता है ना.
Ah, very nice. Good. Come up with these options like these. Fruit bearing, though, yes, definitely. It is basically the angiosperm which is there. What else do you know about the rest? Seedless flowering plants कौन होता है? And the flowering plants कौन होते हैं? Flowering plants, people? Again, it is basically more of the angiosperm which is there. Seedless flowering plants कौन होंगे? What are the two classification of plants? Plants are being classified into two major kingdoms. What are those? Hello, people, freezed. You're freezed. Yes. What is the answer? No, Tala. No. Gymnosperm, angiosperms come later. They come later. The main two classification of plants. The main two classification.
Dicotyledon and monocotyledon.
Is it so? Dicot and monocots are basically the types of angiosperms which are there.
Flowering.
Yes?
Photosynthetic and non-photosynthetic.
Vascular and non-vascular.
Hello, people. Can you all hear me?
No, ma'am.
Yes,
Hello, can
ma'am.
you all hear?
Not
Yes,
clearly.
ma'am. We can hear you.
मैम आपका आवाज क्रैक हो रहा है.
Am I audible now, people?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay. What is the
Screen
two
is
main
not
class?
visible.
Yes, the screen is not visible. Absolutely. Sir, I'm unable to share the screen. Sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, Chilli, sir.
Sir, please allow me to share the screen.
What, you logged out or what? Just hold on.
The light went.
Okay, just hold on, Chilli, sir. Jalli. This I cannot see you. I got it. Just hold on. I will do it. Request. All right, Jalisa.
Done. Thank you. Okay. Let's start, people. Let's start.
Ma'am, vascular and non-vascular.
Okay, vascular and non-vascular. Okay. Yeah. Now, is the screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is the two main classification, people? Vascular, non-vascular? Yes. But plant classification was given by Eichler and he gave the two major classification, people. Bhul gaye Eichler?
Cryptogram and phanerogram.
Huh?
Gymnosperm, angiosperm.
Gymnosperm
Cryptogram. Cryptogram and phanerogram.
Yes, it is cryptogams and phanerogams. People, Eichler को बहुत बुरा लगेगा. तुम लोग भूल गए हो plant classification. Okay. Yes, the plant classification is of this one. Plant classification, it is the cryptogams and the phanerogams. Okay. Plant classification is of two types, cryptogams, phanerogams, and cryptogams is further classified as Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, and phanerogams, which is plant bearing. So here our option comes plants without seed, and phanerogams are gymnosperm, angiosperm, and angiosperm is further of monocots and dicots. Now, I am going to tell you a very easy way by which you will never forget the plant classification. So hear carefully, people. This is for you. आइकलर ने सबको मचाया, क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ प्लांट भी सबको सिखाया, क्रिप्टो और फेनेरो को साथ में नचाया. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद क्रिप्टो. क्रिप्टो बोले तो थैलो बोले तो एल्गी बन जाऊंगा, ब्रायो बोले तो एम्फीबियन बन जाऊंगा, टेरिडो बोले तो वेल डेवलप बन जाऊंगा. बहुत समय बाद फेनेरो आया, फेनेरो ने जिम्नो एंजो को लाया, फिर एंजो ने मोनो और डाई को लाया. Okay, so this is how you can remember the classification along with the scientists in a very easy way. Did you like it, people? Hello?
मैम और एक बार बताओ ना.
Okay, one more time. Why you couldn't hear it? Is it so?
मैम नेट का इशू था ना.
Okay, let's start. Okay, one more time. आइकलर ने सबको मचाया, क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ प्लांट्स भी सबको सिखाया, क्रिप्टो और फेनेरो को साथ में नचाया. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद क्रिप्टो. थैलो बोले तो एल्गी बन जाऊंगा, ब्रायो बोले तो एम्फीबियन बन जाऊंगा, टेरिडो बोले तो वेल डेवलप बन जाऊंगा. बहुत समय बाद फेनेरो आया, फेनेरो ने जिम्नो एंजो को लाया, फिर एंजो ने मोनो और डाई को लाया. Okay, so is this classification understood, people? Everyone? You
Yes,
will never
ma'am.
forget.
बहुत hard.
Both hard, yes, both hard. We never forget raps. So make studies so interesting by converting into raps, right, people? Let's come back to the question. Okay, yes. So the answer is absolutely right, people, which has been answered by maximum of you all. The answer is the B. Is the B1, that is seed bearing plants. Now, as maximum of them were being answered, okay, when flowering plants and fruit bearing plants are being considered, we think about an angiosperm. Seedless flowering plants कौन होगा, people? अभी ही देखा classification. Seedless flowering plant कौन होगा? क्रिप्टोगैम्स होंगे या फेनेरोगैम्स होंगे? Cryptogams. So the answer, which is absolutely right, is seed bearing plants. Okay, yes, let's go to the next one, people. Let's go. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay, plasmodesmata are lignified cemented layers between the cells, locomotory structures, membranes connecting the nucleus with the plasma lamella, or connections between the adjacent cell. Okay, yes, this one is a bit थोड़ा सा tricky. Level up हो गया है, people. Plasmodesmata पहली बार सुना है? Plasmodesmata.
मैम ऑप्शन डी है क्या?
ए है शायद.
Okay. Okay, D के लिए भी votes आ रहे हैं and the others. Yes, what is the other one that is coming for the
A.
answer? Okay, A.
Ma'am, B.
B. Okay, थोड़ा सा locomotory structure. Okay, let's think about it. Let's think about that. Okay, so yes, the 20 seconds are going to be up, people. Plasmodesmata. Do you know what is a plasmodesmata? Have you heard it for the first time? Is it so?
Yes, ma'am. First time.
Yes, ma'am.
First time. ऐसा पहली बार हुआ है?
15-16 सालों में.
मैम थोड़ा बहुत पता था.
थोड़ा बहुत पता था. Okay. In the leaf, when I'll see, okay, if I'll see the leaf more closely, okay, if I'll see the leaf very closely, what happens in between them, okay, the two adjacent cells, two adjacent cell, उनको अगर exchange करना है, उनको बीच में अगर communication करना है, तो एक bridge develop होता है. एक bridge develop होता है. Hello, people, can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. Plasmodesmata. Okay, what is this plasmodesmata? It is basically a what is it? Now, if these are the two cells during the cell wall formation, what happens? There are pores which are developed, and there's a site of communication which is required in between the two cells, the two adjacent cells. And this bridge, your communication wala banda is basically this plasmodesmata. It is going to act as a communicator. Okay, it is going to act as a communicator in between the two. It is a connection that is going to take place in between the two cells, adjacent cells which are there. Okay, that is basically plasmodesmata. It is the connection between the two adjacent cells. तो ये क्या करने वाला है? Basically it is going to allow the transportation of water या solutes को जाना है during the
मैम
cell.
ए आंसर है.
A इतना explanation के बाद भी A आंसर है.
ऑप्शन डी है, डी.
It is a communicator. It is a connection between the adjacent cell. The answer is D, people. Connection between the adjacent cells. Okay. Lignified cemented
Yes,
layer.
ma'am, समझा.
Okay. Plasmodesmata क्या करने वाला है? It is a communicator between the two people. It is a connection or the communicator between the two. Okay. The answer is D for them. Okay. Yes. A plant cell having cellulosic wall, a thin cytoplasm with a large vacuole but lacks nucleus, mitochondria, plastid, etc., and still living. It is a part of a complex permanent tissue. The cell is companion cell, sieve cell, tracheids, and sclerenchyma fiber. Yes. 20 seconds, people. Yes. Start. अभी यहाँ पे ना the main thing that you need to understand is a living cell. वहां पे बहुत सारे exclude हो जाएंगे. And complex permanent tissue. Complex permanent tissue. हाँ, let's start. या बोलो. People, what's the answer? A, B, C or D? किस पे लॉक किया जाए people? कि पता ही नहीं है. If you don't know, then I will definitely answer with this question. Yes?
मैम नहीं पता.
नहीं पता. Okay. Now. Don't know. Okay. Okay. पहली बार पता चलेगा. ये भी पहली बार पता चलेगा. Okay. Complex permanent tissue. प्लांट्स में दो टाइप के टिश्यूज होते हैं, सिंपल एंड कॉम्प्लेक्स. ओके, सिंपल में हमारा पेरेन्काइमा, कोलेनकाइमा, स्क्लेरेन्काइमा आता है. कॉम्प्लेक्स में हमारे दो आते हैं. ओके, the two types of the complex permanent tissues are the first one that is xylem and the next one is phloem. Okay. Xylem and phloem, I think so सबको पता होगा इतना. Okay, yeah.
मैम स्क्लेरेन्काइमा
फुल ट्रांसपेरेंट है
क्योंकि वो फाइबर होता है ना मैम इसके अंदर.
हाँ, अभी स्क्लेरेन्काइमा कोई तो बोल रहा है, बट अभी मैंने बोला स्क्लेरेन्काइमा क्या है? सिंपल है, सिंपल है. सो यहाँ पे क्या बोला?
यस मैम, यस मैम.
तो ये वाला तो हो ही नहीं सकता है. डन, डन पीपल. ओके, नाउ कमिंग आगे, xylem and phloem. ओके, the thing that is there, xylem is going to have a tracheids which is there. So tracheids basically यहाँ से there's not much relation with what the content that they have said. Large vacuole, lacks nucleus and mitochondria is not basically seen in tracheids. So this is not the ruling thing. Okay. Moreover, tracheids is when you will see the others. Okay. It is not going to take place. Now, companion cell and sieve cell. But before we go that, xylem क्या करता है? What is the xylem function? What is the conduction that is done in xylem?
Transportation of water.
Water, yes, absolutely right. Water and minerals is done by the xylem, and phloem is done by?
Transportation of food and minerals.
Food, yes, absolutely right. Okay, now, phloem ke paas, it is going to have this sieve tube, okay, and a companion cell which is there. Okay, now, is this sieve tube and the sieve cell which they are saying same hai kya people? Is this sieve tube and sieve cell same? This is a very new concept. Please remember it very nicely. Please make a note of it if you have there. No, Hamza says no.
No.
Yes, it is not. It is not. Definitely it is not. Abhi kya farak hai? If the only thing is that, what is the difference between them? A sieve tube is more complex. ये बहुत अच्छा वाला है, sophisticated है. Okay. this sieve tube which is there, okay, is going to have something called as sieve plates. Pores hone wale hai iske paas, okay, and it is basically present in angiosperm, okay, angiosperm, okay. While a sieve cell jo hota hai, okay, a sieve cell which is there is basically seen, it is not differentiated, not developed well, and therefore it is present in gymnosperms, or it is basically present in pteridophytes. It has been present. It is an elongated cell which is there, which is lacking all the organelles, but yes, it is basically functioning. Yes, it is green in color. It is going to have tapering pores and all. And the major thing which is there, हमेशा फर्क कैसे करोगे एक sieve tube और sieve cell के लिए? Yes, definitely angiosperm and gymnosperm and pteridophyta. बट अ sieve tube हमेशा उसके साथीदार के साथ रहेगा, हमेशा उसके कंपेनियन सेल के साथ रहेगा, उसके बेस्ट फ्रेंड के साथ रहेगा, बट sieve cell हमेशा अकेला रहेगा. ट्यूब हमेशा companion cell के साथ रहेगा, while a sieve cell will be alone, which is going to be present. And the answer for this one, as we can know that it is lacking all of this. Large vacuole तो है, but nucleus नहीं है, mitochondria नहीं है, plastid नहीं है, और living B है, okay. And we just now said the sieve cells are not differentiated, not developed. Therefore, the right answer for this one is the sieve cell.
B.
Yes. Okay, did you understand this one, people? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, chalo. Now, monohybrid cross. Yes, we'll do this one. Okay, monohybrid cross. Mendel demonstrated that only dominant allele expresses itself in the F1 generation, and on selfing of the F1 generation, F2 generation is obtained, in which both the dominant and the recessive alleles expresses in the 3:1 ratio. What is the reason? Law of dominance, law of segregation, law of principle of unit of factor? None of these. Okay, so Majid बोल रहा है option A. कितना genetics आता है आप ही समझेगा. People, हाँ बोलो. Hamza is saying B. Okay,
law of segregation.
Law of segregation पे lock किया जाए, people?
Yes, ma'am.
Law of what does the law of dominance say? Let's see this Mendel's experiment. Bichara Mendel, and his famous, he's known as a father of genetics. Okay, now we know that the ratio is 3:1. They are telling us that a dwarf plant is obtained in the F2 generation. How is it possible that a dwarf one is obtained in the F2 generation is the question. Okay, now F1 generation, if you will see, it is capital T and small t, and all are tall. Why? By which law? This is the law of dominance where acts over here. Here, law of dominance says. What is the law of dominance? Does anyone know the law?
Ma'am, dominant character always dominant the recessive character.
Yes, but when? In a heterozygous pair, that is agar
Yes,
capital
yes,
T
ma'am.
and small t hai.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if there is a capital T and a small t, okay, तो जिसका पल्ला भारी है, that is the dominant one, will be expressed, and this is the law of dominance. Now, ये छोटा वाला कैसे आया, dwarf कैसे आया? It is only possible by the law of segregation, Why? अगर ये separate ही ना होते, the gametes or the alleles would haven't been separated, then how is the possibility that they would have combined? Very simple. Okay, how is the possibility that they would have combined? Small t और small t मिलते ही कब? अगर ये separate ही ना होते. Are you all understanding? Hello, people. Law
Yes,
of dominance say heterozygous pair, the one which is dominant is expressed. Law of segregation says that the alleles separate during the formation. They separate during the formation of gamete. Okay. Now, so the answer for this one is definitely it is B, that is law of segregation.
Law of segregation.
Now, what is this law? Principle of unit of factor.
Ma'am, it is law of independent assortments.
Law of independent assortment. Okay, law of independent assortment क्या बोलता है? हाँ, independent assortment क्या बोलता है? different combination हो सकते हैं. That is basically in the dihybrid cross which is there, right? Dihybrid cross में आता है वो independent assortment. Okay, that is what does the law of independent assortment say? It says that they can combine in different ways. They can combine in different ways to form the offspring. Different combinations are basically possible. Okay, that is law of independent assortment. वो dihybrid cross में होता है. Monohybrid cross में उसका लेना देना इतना नहीं है. Law of principle of unit of factor क्या बोलता है? Mendel when he started his experiment, he simply said that basically character.
मैम ये दोनों अलग अलग है क्या?
हाँ, ये अलग है. Independent assortment, unit of factor अलग है. Principle of unit of factor क्या बोलता है? Mendel when he started his experiment, he simply said that all characters are basically governed by factor. Control करने वाला कौन है? Factor, which he later said it as genes. अभी हम जीन्स को पहचानते हैं. मेंडल ने बोला वो पहला फैक्टर था जिसको कन्वर्ट करके अभी जीन्स आया है. ओके, सो दैट इज व्हाट इज द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ यूनिट ऑफ फैक्टर. Please make a note of this. Law of principle of unit of factor says that all characters or the genetic characters are being present because of factors, which later Mendel said it as genes, which are always present in pairs. Okay, so I hope with the Mendel's experiment, this session was understood to everyone. Yes?
हम
Yes?
एली क्या है? एली
Allele.
एक
Okay. Allele.
कैरेक्टर को ही बोलते हैं ना?
Alleles, no. Okay, I will explain allele in my favorite and my fashionable way, which I always like.
जेनेटिक कैरेक्टर्स है
Genetic
ना मैम?
characters अगर है, that is basically the genotype, which is genetic makeup जो होता है. If Reynolds pen, people listen, if Reynolds pen is there, okay, एक Reynolds pen है, उसके different colors होते कि नहीं होते हैं? होते कि नहीं? Yes, who had asked me this question? I don't know your name. Yes, होते कि नहीं people? Blue होता है, black होता है, blue, black, green,
डोंट नो
red.
मैम.
Pen के different colors नहीं होते हैं people. Any normal pen, pinpoint pen, any pen which is there, ball pen which we take, the various colors which are there. ये जो Reynolds का pen है ना, this Reynolds pen which is there, or any pen for that matter, this is the character which is there. This is the character which is there. While the various colors जो दिख रहे हैं, blue, black, green, red, ये होता है allele. ये होता है allele. Contrasting characters, contrasting character. Okay, with this we'll end the session. I hope you've understood it.
Yes ma'am, understand.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you ma'am.
Thank you people. Thank you. So I'll end the meeting.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye people. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.